Even though there are a lot of great premium ANC headphones on the market right now, and there's a whole bunch more on the way, the most common question I get in my comments is, when are the Bose QC45s coming out? Now, I don't know if the Bose QC45s are going to be coming out next week, next month, or next year. But I thought I would make a wish list as to what I would like to see from the Bose QC45s and showcase how the aging Bose QC35s stack up against some of 2019's ANC headphones. The original Bose QC35s were released around June 2016, and then the Bose QC35 Series 2 were released in September 2017. The only technical difference between the original Bose QC35s and the Series 2 was the addition of this action button. So technically, the Bose QC35s are over 2.5 years old now, which from a product standpoint is a long time because Sony has been updating their 1000X headphones year over year, and we're currently on the Sony 1000X Mark III. So, the first thing I want to see upgraded on the Bose QC45s is the addition of USB-C, and I think this is pretty much a given. Right now, most $350 ANC headphones are coming with USB-C. Now, the reason USB-C is a big deal is if you have an Android device, you can charge your phone and headphones with the same cable, which is super convenient. But USB-C is also able to handle more power than a micro USB port, which as a result will mean better fast charging. Right now, the Bose QC35s have a rated fast charging of 15 minutes, gets you 2.5 hours of playback time, whereas the Sonys get you 5 hours from a 10-minute charge. So I would like to see the Bose QC45s at least match or exceed the M3's fast charging numbers. But Bose has to step up the QC45's battery life. The Bose QC35s have an advertised battery life of 20 hours, which is below average for 2019. But at least it's better than the Surface headphones because these only have a 15-hour battery life. But I would like to see the Bose QC45s to have a battery life between 30 and 35 hours because the Sony 1000X M3s have an advertised battery life of 30 hours, and the Jabra Elite 85Hs are slated to have a 32-hour battery life. Now, when it comes to design and comfort, there are some minor changes I would like to see from the Bose QC45s. Now, one of the best things the Bose QC35s has going for them is that they are perhaps the most comfortable ANC headphones on the market. Their ear cups are super spacious, and they are without a doubt Big Head approved. Obviously, I would like the Bose QC45s to keep the super spacious ear cups, but I would like for Bose to slim down the headband and make it more low profile. Now, something a lot of companies are doing these days is that they're throwing on touchpads onto their headphones because it makes them look fancier, I guess. And when they're implemented well, like on the Sonys, I don't mind them. But I personally think Bose should stick to having physical buttons on their QC45s, cause for some casual users, choosing between physical buttons or a touchpad could be a major deciding factor. Some people just don't want to deal with finicky touchpads or phantom presses. However, I would like to see Bose to add an additional action button on their left ear cup. When the Bose QC35 Series 2 were released, they were the first ANC headphones with Google Assistant integration, and you could interact with your voice assistant by using this button. Now, I'm fully aware that if you press and hold on the multi-purpose button, you can talk to your voice assistant, but it's not as efficient as having a dedicated button. Turn on the studio lights and play some music.
Sure, turning on 2 lights.
And now, since more and more headphones are getting voice assistant integration, I think voice assistant integration on headphones is here to stay. You can even choose which voice assistant you would like to use these days. But if you do want to have voice assistant integration on your headphones, you end up sacrificing some functionality. On both the Bose and Sony's, you give up the ability to manually toggle between your active noise cancellation settings. So if you want to turn your ANC up or off, you have to open up the app every single time, which can be annoying. So this is why I would like the Bose QC45s to have 2 action buttons, one for your voice assistant and another one so you can still manually toggle your ANC settings. You'd be surprised that nobody has been able to get this right yet. And from a software standpoint, Bose desperately needs to add a transparency mode to their Bose QC45s. Almost every other pair of premium ANC headphones has this feature. Sony calls it ambient mode and Microsoft calls it enhanced mode. But basically, the headphones will pump in the ambient sound around you, so you can still hear what's going on if you're walking around the city or if you work in an office. And I also think Bose needs to add a quick attention mode like on the Sonys, so you can talk to someone really quickly without having to take off your headphones like this. And I think Bose could do this on their QC45s by pressing and holding down on the dedicated ANC toggle action button I mentioned earlier. But the most important thing Bose needs to improve on their Bose QC45 is their active noise cancellation. Plainly said, the active noise cancellation on the Bose QC35s struggle to keep up with the ANC on newer headphones. And just so you can see for yourself, we're going to do an ANC test with the Bose QC35s, the Surface headphones, and the Sony 1000XM3s running the latest 4.1.1 firmware update. If you know, you know. The Bose QC35s just aren't able to block out the same amount of noise as the Surface headphones and Sony 1000XM3 across the board. So obviously the Bose QC45s need to improve the amount of sound they block out. But it's also crucial Bose reduce the amount of cabin pressure in their ANC. For some people like myself, we just can't wear the Bose QC35s for too long because we feel this pressure on our eardrums that sometimes leads to headaches. And these days, cabin pressure in ANC headphones is associated with older or cheaper ANC headphones because newer headphones like the 1000XM3s or Surface headphones don't have a lot or any cabin pressure at all. And finally, Bose also needs to rethink the positioning of their ANC microphones. Since the mics on the Bose QC35s are so exposed, the Bose QC35s like to pick up a lot of wind noise, whereas the ANC microphones on other headphones are recessed into the body, thus dramatically reducing the amount of wind noise their headphones pick up. Now, when it comes to sound quality, the Bose QC35s have a neutral sound signature where the bass just isn't going to hit like some other headphones, and since sound is subjective, some people prefer neutral headphones over bass-heavy headphones. But I would definitely like to see the Bose QC45s to have an adjustable EQ. And again, since sound is subjective, people want to have the ability to adjust the EQ on the headphones so they can make them sound however they want. But in general, Bose does need to improve the bass on their QC45s, because sometimes the bass on the QC35s does bottom out in bass-heavy music, which I feel is unacceptable for $350 headphones. I would also like to see Bose improve the microphone on their headphones for phone calls. Even though the microphone on the Bose QC35s is on the better side, there can still be a little bit of static or tinniness here and there. And since these headphones are usually marketed towards professionals working corporate jobs, I think a quality microphone for phone calls would be greatly appreciated. But finally, I also want to point out Bose's multi-device connectivity. The Bose QC35s can be connected to 2 devices at the same time, which is great because it means you can hot swap from your phone to your computer effortlessly. Even though this might seem like a basic feature, some headphones like the 1000XM3s can't do that, which is pretty annoying, and I think it's a huge oversight on Sony's part. So obviously, I would like the Bose QC45s to have this feature, but I would also like them to improve upon it. I think if the QC45s can get up to 5 simultaneous connections, I think power users with multiple phones, tablets, and computers would really like that. But overall, that's my wish list for the Bose QC45, and I think everything is well within reason. I'm not asking for anything over the top, and I think these improvements would better position the Bose QC45s to compete against 2019's newer headphones. Because right now, I think the Bose QC35s are lagging behind the competition because of their specs and feature set. Cause as of right now, I'm a little hard pressed to recommend the Bose QC35s over the Sony 1000XM3, unless you really need those super spacious ear cups. But comment down below, what other improvements would you like to see on the Bose QC45s? If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit that like button and get subscribed. It helps out more than you realize. If you want to pick another products up mentioned in this video, those will be linked in the description down below, and you can also support the channel by checking out the merch store. But other than that, I'll catch you next time.